Today, we're going to talk about the movie Line Sisters, and this movie came out in 2022.
Hmm.
Some of the cast members are LaToya Luckett, Drew Sidora, Kiera Sheard, Tisha Renee, and Morgan Alexandria. And they played the characters Dominique, Cassandra, Jody, Valerie, and Brienne. Not
Hmm.
in that particular order, but those are the characters that they played. And so the movie Line Sisters is about these women who are in college and they decide to join a sorority, and they have this whirlwind of events that transpired that make you think a lot about what it means to join an organization, um,
Hmm.
and what one might be willing to sacrifice in order to be a part of a group. So I'll let you piggyback off of that.
Okay, well, speaking from personal experience, funny because this movie came, no, this movie came out about a year after I had crossed Alpha Kappa Alpha. And, speaking from personal experience, of course, you know, we didn't get the old school, I'll say, um, we didn't get the old school treatment that maybe my mom got or like the legacies before us received with hazing. I guess I could say that, but with hazing and everything else. So, like, when this movie came out, I was like, ooh, and it's actually based off of a true story.
Oh, I didn't
I
know
found
that.
out, I think it had something to do with something. I don't want to be wrong, but I know it's based off a true story where a female had drowned, and it was pretty recent. Mm-hmm. It happened not too long ago, but I think a female had drowned. They were swimming or something like that. Um, I want to say at the start of the movie, I'm like, okay, what is going on? Right? I was just like, what are they doing? Are they about to skinny dip? And then like the guys come out and catch them skin. Like, what's going on here? But I was like, what's the point of swimming? Like, that was my issue with the beginning. I'm like, they know goodness well we're not gonna swim. Like, what? Our hair, like, whatever. Um, but I thought it was just sad. And then that one girl got dropped um for a silly reason, the one that got dropped. But it kind of gave away who killed the pro because it was kind of like,
It
okay,
wasn't that
obvious.
obvious to me.
Yeah,
It wasn't
it was
that
like
obvious.
obviously she's coming, but she's gonna come back and kill her because you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I was thinking one, I thought it was one, a real live ghost, the ghost of the girl who died. Or
mm-hmm,
two, I thought it was that girl's ex-husband or the husband that she was trying to divorce. Like, I was like, well, maybe he's doing something.
stalking or something.
It didn't hit me until the very end. I'm like, oh yeah, there was that one girl who got kicked offline. But
It hit me at the beginning because I'm like, I mean,
look at you. You're fast.
yeah, well, I watch a lot of scary movies and crime shows and stuff. So,
So you put that together.
sometimes I'm able to just go like, duh. Like, like you put a Scream movie in front of me and I know who the killers are automatically. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It didn't hit me that fast, but um at this point, I am a member of Eastern Stars. And I'm glad that my experience post college is like a lot cleaner, and a lot more focused on the merit of the organization and
Mm-hmm.
less of like a popularity hierarchy type of thing. So, you know,
That's where I kind of go in, like on that movie of where it's kind of, I don't want to say it's unrealistic because, some people are close with their line sisters, some are not.
yeah.
And they do those things, they do trips like that. For example, my line sisters, I think go on trips together and stuff sometimes. And it really, the unrealistic part that I was hit, like that I was getting at, that I see in it, I'm like, okay, real life. People have husbands, kids, careers. And I'm not saying you can't take a trip because, yes, everybody knows you can take a trip and have all of those things. But it's like, okay, I don't remember in the movie anywhere where they talked about those things other than a stalking ex husband. I was like, does anybody have any kids? Is anybody like actually married? Anybody have like a law firm? Or because I knew they were smart. I knew that the females in it were smart. Um,
No,
I really,
Latoya Luckett, she played an attorney. I
Yes.
know she had a law firm, but she played an
Hmm.
attorney. But I
Hmm.
was thinking the same thing. I'm like, where's their husbands? This is like had to be like 20 years later or something like that after they played.
Hmm.
They went on this trip and had this experience. But
Yeah. And I mean, that's to me, how would this stalker person know that they were going on this trip? But I got some questions. I'm like,
I wish that the movie like had happened on campus. Like
mm-hmm,
instead of waiting for them to be like 20 years later or whatever, and the girl coming back to take revenge like all that time. I wish that maybe she had taken revenge like while
mm-hmm.
on campus, or maybe like the year they were about to graduate or something like that, so that it would seem a little bit more realistic that somebody would, still feel some type of resentment for not making line. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it was definitely, but that's a real thing though, the resentment for not making line. Like, um, I know when our line crossed, we had a lot of people trying to make fake phone calls saying that there was hazing going on. None of that was, I can promise you. But yeah, yeah, people get like
What
that.
in the world?
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. It happens to people, and they'll drop your whole line for something like that.
Yeah.
They're not playing with you, like they're not, and because we have to keep our reputation
Mm.
good, and I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen because obviously, look at what just happened with, I think they were the Q dogs, right? The young man that got punched in
Oh
the chest.
yeah, yeah, that was horrible. Oh my God.
This,
It just
yeah,
put a stain on like every organization, because of the poor decision making of a few people. But
yeah, it was very, and it looks bad to you know others who may want to join.
yeah,
But I will say, that happens. That's the realistic part. Like, I've never heard nobody going and killing anybody, but I do know people do get really upset, and they will do all they can to make sure that line doesn't happen. They will do all they can to even make sure the whole place is off the campus if they have to. I've gotten with the grad chapter here, and it's crazy because we got into this conversation, and they said, yeah, that movie, that exact movie we watched, they were talking about this one, and they were talking about one on Netflix called Burning Sands.
oh yeah, Burning Sands. I've never seen that, but I did hear about it. I heard that it was like a pretty similar experience to what some, like you said, some of the older people who have crossed, like what they experienced as far as like
Mm-hmm.
aging and stuff like that. So um it gets a little touchy when you start talking about that type of stuff because people have like stories for days.
Different views.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
different views. Some people, like the girl in the movie, she saw it as a badge of honor, and some people saw it as like unnecessary punishment. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their different perspectives on like what it takes to really like wear the letters and be a part of the organization and be a part of like a sisterhood or a brotherhood. But what would you rate the movie?
I would totally rate the movie a 7. I'm gonna give it about a 7. I like the message it put out. A little dramatic. I mean, I like I said, I never heard anyone coming back and
Yeah, it was really dramatic. I'm like, if
I
y'all
was,
get out of that house, like for real, like y'all had too many signs to get out. But it
I
was
mean,
dramatic.
the food getting what was it, peanuts?
The food getting peanuts.
Yeah, Drew Sidor's character had an allergic reaction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. It was odd. I'm like, y'all, it's a snake in the bed. It's like all types of signs for y'all to get out. It's weird noise.
Look,
It's
snake in the bed. I would have been like, nope,
yeah, I would have been gone, but
no.
it's a movie, so they had to keep going. But
I mean, of course, but that's what makes me so mad in some movies, girl. That is what makes, because they be all, let's split up and find out what's going. No,
let's
let's not.
go upstairs. They used to be like, let's go upstairs. I'm like, no, no, don't go up to the noise. But I we got liked. I would rate the movie. I didn't like it that much.
I knew you wouldn't. I knew you would. I don't know why I sent it.
I rated like a 4.5, 5. Okay, 4. It was a
Dang, a
4.
4. Now you're the harsh
Yeah.
critic.
They wasn't. I mean, I couldn't guess who the murderer was or whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
lady who did the murder, but I didn't like the way it went. I'm like, it's just I don't know. I didn't like it 4.
4. Okay, okay. Yeah, seven and a four. I'm only giving it a seven, only because I'm actually a fan of Drew Sidora and
Oh,
Latoya
you
Luckett.
are. Okay.
Mhm. Oh yeah, on I watched her. Well, now she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Yep.
but I've been with her since the Trey Songz videos. The what Step Up. What else? The Game. You remember when she was on the Game? You know, I've been, and then Latoya Luckett, of course, Destiny's Child. I mean, hello, everybody. You know, knows
Yep.
that. So.
Okay. Well, that was our review of Line Sisters. And if you want to watch it, I think you could just stream it on Amazon or something like that. I don't know.
Amazon Prime, Soap Today.
Mm-hmm. All right.